Let's chat about Mumford & Sons. Super excited about this. They released a mini documentary, little mini feature done by Vevo. That is basically the video arm of a bunch of music labels that got together that thought, oh, this video thing is going to be huge on the internet one day. So they created this company, and Vevo produced this short film on Mumford & Sons called 12 Years Strong. And it's really touching, and it really tells the story of Mumford & Sons and sort of the journey that they're going through, being this tiny band exploding and then having to deal with that explosion of fame and having to manage that over the course of time and connecting with other artists and connecting with audiences. And I think it's 5 minutes long, but it's really 6 minutes long. It's really, really beautifully done. It's called 12 Years Strong, essentially sort of tracking the time that they've been a band and exploded and up until present day and their latest release, Delta. And we're going to pick it up with Marcus explaining what happened to them sort of around the time that their sophomore album hit and became huge, and their reaction to that.
I think we went through a period after Babel where we got kind of shy. Babel just blew up faster than we'd ever thought it might. And we kind of closed the doors a bit more. And I think we'd lost some of the beauty of connecting with smaller audiences.
That's kind of nice. And so the result in that is this sort of record store tour that they went on, which a lot of younger bands do. That's sort of protocol, for acts. Certainly somebody of Mumford & Sons stature doesn't need to go into a room filled with 50 people to perform. They can go to an arena anywhere they want and sell out, 10, 20, 30,000 seats. They can do, stadiums. They can do whatever they want. Bands that are looking for exposure, that are working it, that are trying to get up to Mumford & Sons stature, those are the bands that have to go around and do this. But they've done it in this film, and it's been an interesting journey. Here we catch up with a very famous record store in Nashville and their owner and Mumford & Sons.
Grimey's for a while now, going back to probably the first album.
It's kind of like a store for musicians as well as it is for
sure
music lovers.
Yeah, I mean, you can come here and you can find a like-minded soul to talk about your passion, your passion for music. And we're all just music fanatics, man. If we fall in love with something, we got to turn somebody on to it.
Isn't that the beautiful thing? If we find something, we got to turn somebody on to it. That is so true. That's the owner of Grimey's down in Nashville, recounting nicely how Mumford & Sons has been around since the beginning and been coming around there pretty consistently. Jerry Douglas, we play Jerry Douglas here on EHM. Their collaboration together on The Boxer, the Simon & Garfunkel cover, beautiful. The connection between Jerry Douglas and Mumford & Sons goes pretty deep. We pick it up with Jerry Douglas explaining, and then Marcus Mumford says some really nice words.
That's what's cool. Like playing with you guys tonight. Collaboration makes good music.
You were the first member of the Americana community that we met, were embraced by, and played with all on the same day. I think I cried, actually.
You did?
Hearing you play on one of our songs for the first time. Yeah.
Oh.
For some of the greatest experts in music in the world, there's a kind of amazing lack of judgmentalism or ego. Yeah. And there's
What's that for? We're
inclusivity.
playing music. Yeah, there's no place for ego in what we're doing.
I love that. Jerry Douglas goes, what's that for? We're playing music. There's no room for that here. And it's a really nice, touching film. They go on to say a lot more. And Mumford & Sons, they explain that, even in the record store, they're playing in the round. Even in their arenas, they're playing in the round because they want the audience members to see the other audience members. They want that connection. They want the audience to see themselves in the show. And they're trying to make these huge arenas as intimate as the early pubs are that they used to perform in back in the day when they first got their start. And of course, there's some great performances, little clips of them, but still some pretty nice performances in the film. Let's get a little piece of the boys with Jerry Douglas doing Forever. This is a really, really lovely tune. It's one of my faves. Let's take a listen to this.
Do it for yourself. Do it for them, girl. Do it for you. Dare I say forever?
they're all just kind of gathered around one microphone and grimy is really nice. Really, really well done. Vevo did a good job producing this, and Mumford Sons. It's an interesting, fascinating study because, again, small town band, huge explosion, and you watch them try and navigate that, struggling at times, being really successful at it at times, and then trying to go back and find that thing that made them great. That could take 12 years sometimes, believe it or not. Really, really fun thing. 12 years strong, Mumford & Sons. We will link it up with the Morning Show with Anthony vlog here, and you can check it out for yourself. And some bonus footage from the performance. We'll also throw some links in as well.